show, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes, is the fact that there is nobody that is safe. The director does not care how much you like Daryl or Meryl or whoever it is. If it's that character's time to go, they're gone. And he doesn't care if you're going to sit back and say, I'm not going to watch this show, because guess what? If you sit back and say you're not going to watch that show, there's probably another 4,000 to 6,000 people there just catching onto the bandwagon that will watch this show.
And plus he knows you don't mean it.
Right. And you know the hard thing of this is, it's hard for me being a comic book fan. I've read that book, and it's rather large, by the way, and it's rather expensive. So the best way to get that is in hardcover. Don't do the single albums, in case you're one of the nerds out there trying to collect these things. They get very expensive. And especially with the fan bases, even the big books are very expensive. So look at yard sales, flea markets, they'll pop up. The book does not, or the television show does not follow the book 100%. Not even 75%.
That seldom happens anyways.
Right, you're more like 50-25% follows it. And I think that makes a lot of the comic nerds mad. But guys, put it into retrospective. It's a TV show. Enjoy it.
Well, when I was younger slightly and more opinionated than I am now, obviously, I'm not opinionated anymore. But when I was even more opinionated than I am now, I used to have a real problem with that. If I read the book, I wanted the movie or the show to be exactly like the book, and I'd get mad. But then, at some point, the realization hit me that, I don't know if it was literally like a brick or somebody's fist hit me in the head because they just got sick of hearing me bitch about this. But the realization dawned on me that you're dealing with two different creative art forms.
Right.
If there is no connection whatsoever, what works with one might not work with the other. Either way, if you don't like the TV show or the movie, your comic books are sitting right there on the shelf. They have not been destroyed. So there's no reason to complain about.
Yeah, you can't change the comic book. Go back and read it. If you're really that mad, stop watching the show and read the book over and over again. There was a character that it really pissed the nerds off. There's a gentleman called Herschel, who's one of the farmer guys. And in the storyline, he died rather quick. But the director decided, I'm going to keep this guy on a little longer because he's kind of a popular character and people were grasping onto him. They finally killed him. And in a manner that I thought was really it was uncalled for. For me to say that, it was uncalled for. It was really uncalled for. It was very similar to an ISIS-style execution that they took this man out. And I sat back there and went, wow. I mean, they just did this on television. They just beheaded some guy. And people are still watching this.
Well, I think now we've discovered the real reason why they feel free to push the envelope on TV. I mean, think about it. When the news involves stories of the latest beheadings, I don't think there's much to worry about, too much outrage on a zombie-themed TV show going over the edge. I think so. Actually, maybe we have ISIS to thank for the success and the permissiveness of this TV show that you love so much.
I think these guys inspired ISIS, because this happened before ISIS started cutting people's heads off.
Oh, it did.
I think ISIS was sitting down watching Walking Dead and said, hey, this is a good idea.
You know what? We're looking for a gimmick. We're looking for something to set us apart from the crowd of Al-Qaeda terrorists.
Maybe. Who knows? But all I know is, if you are just tuning in, and you're tuning in to the Chuckle Script on Rhode Island Free Radio, we are talking about all things Walking Dead. Eventually, hopefully, if we don't run out of time, we're going to get to one of George Bonner's favorite subjects, Marvel Zombies, which is an incredible book series, if you ever get the chance to read that. But we're going to go down to a song by Stevie Wonder. Yeah, that's right. We're doing a little Motown here on the Chuckles Last Show.
From Ozzy to Stevie Wonder, and you won't believe what's coming up.
Yep, it's very superstitious here on the Chuckles Script, Rhode Island Free Radio.
There is
that was Stevie Wonder's Superstition here on Chuckle Script, and a lot of people are sitting there going, what just happened there? A very good song. I happen to be a fan of Motown. A lot of people are, again, saying, what? The Evil Clowns of the Motown? Good music.
Yeah, good music is good music. You won't get an argument from me.
Yeah, the guy's singing about superstition. I mean, voodoo is said to be one of the biggest reasons for zombies coming back. They were the first to start voodoo.
I mean, long before flesh-eating zombies, there were voodoo zombies.
Yeah, so we're talking about things, Walking Dead, and how much I really do enjoy this series. And there's maybe one or two of the series that have, the episodes that I've been like, and they're kind of slow. But for the most part, they really are good. And if you're tuning in this and you say, well, I'm not really sure, I want to watch this, definitely do, especially when you get to the whole series about the prison. That is incredible.
Well, I think the problem here is when you're talking about this and recommending it, and people are saying, nah, I'm not sure if I want to bother watching that. It's because it's a TV show. And it's a TV show that's not on HBO. It's not on Showtime. So, now horror in television, there's a few exceptions, but for the most part, horror in television has a long tradition of being disappointing. You watch the TV show, you watch a million commercials, and what they show you of whatever horror story there is disappointing. So I know myself as an example. I mean, I watch very little television. I mean, I watch plenty of movies, but I pretty much lost faith in the ability of television to do anything worthwhile in the horror genre.
Right. Now this one, I'm honest, is the only one that I will actually set my DVR to record. Other television shows you can catch up on Hulu or whatnot, but this one takes a while to get up on Netflix because it is that big of a show that like drags things out and make you buy the DVDs. And I'm a cheap clown, I ain't doing that. So I try to catch them when they're on air. They really are worth it. They're worth that hour, and that's part of your life that you say you're going to miss. I'm telling you, you're not missing anything. They really are good. Even now, the storyline, I sat back within the last couple episodes, don't want to ruin anything for you. I watched them in amazement. And you can almost anticipate the violence that is going to start in the next episode.
I'll tell you, and that's a big word for a TV show, amazement.
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time that whether it was a critic or an evil clown used the word amazement in connection with a television show? I can't remember.
The actors on this aren't big, everyday actors. There's guys starting off either B movies or whatnot. They get their chance on the show,
and they will soon be big actors.
They are now big actors, very much so. The gentleman that plays Carl's father there, I never saw him in anything up till now. The dude's a massive actor. Guys like Herschel, Scott Wilson. Another gentleman, big actor. I know he's been in other things, small roles and everything, but this seemed to have launched his career a lot better than his other stuff did. And it really is, it's incredible. Another thing that is incredible, we'll get off the Walking Dead thing, because I don't want to beat a dead horse. Actually, I like beating dead horses. PETA did not say that. I think horse meat should be legal to eat. Why not? You can eat cows. Why can't we eat horses? We don't ride them anymore. And if a cowboy was to die out in the desert,
the horse would eat him.
Yeah. So why not? But not to beat a dead horse. Marvel's Zombie. Now, have you read these books?
No, which series are we talking about?
Any of them.
Well, we can start. That's my point. We can start from a long way back.
It is a very long series, and I think it started 90s.
Well, we could go back actually to the beginning of the 70s. If you want to talk about, that's what I'm saying. What series? If you want to talk about Marvel's involvement with zombies,
we'll start about the modern ones, the actual Marvel's Zombies, which was a series that they had put out, and they were rather expensive books when they launched. And we didn't have such things as iTunes to look these things up and read them. We actually had to suck it up and buy that freaking $15 book.
Either that or endure the wrath of the comic book shops. Burgermeister, yelling at us as we stood there in the store trying to read the whole issue before he attacked us from behind.
Definitely throwing stuff at us and everything. And they have eventually, a lot of them have made their way into the discount bargain bin.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why some of these Marvel Zombies ones, like the one with Howard the Duck in it, made it to the discount bargain bin.
Woe to everyone who collected Howard the Duck religiously and thought that was going to be a big collector's item.
Yeah, no. Howard the Duck, man. Don't get me started on that one right there. One of the, probably next to the Garbage Pail Kids, one of the worst 80s movies I've ever watched. I will not sit down for that again. And I try not to read any of his books either, right up to him being a zombie. But you never really bought Marvel Zombies, the later series ones, more for the story than it was the artwork. The artwork on some of this stuff was immensely incredible. Seeing